morning, church. This is a devotion from Exodus chapter 2. And in Exodus chapter 2, we see a woman whose faith is commendable. We'll go through the first 10 verses of Exodus chapter 2 today. And in Exodus chapter 2, the first 3 verses, it says, "And there went a man of the house of Levi and took to wife a daughter of Levi. And the woman conceived and bore a son, and when she saw him that he was a healthy child, she hid him 3 months, and when she could no longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes and daubed it with slime and with pitch, and put the child therein, and she laid it in the flags by the riverside." So here we see Jochebed. She was a woman of the word, and she was a woman who had a vision because she was in the word. So here we see that there was a situation on hand. The king had ordered all the male children to be murdered, but here we see that instead of doing that, Jochebed decided to do what was right in the sight of the Lord. So she probably heard about the story of Noah and how an ark had saved the people in Genesis chapter 6 from the flood. So she decides that she would be the one to make a cradle or an ark with the reeds and tar and slime, and just like Noah would build it, she probably built something similar but in a smaller size, and that is what saved her child that day. And here we see that because of her faith, Moses did not drown in the river, but Moses, his life was saved. And then in verse 4 and 5, it says that Moses' sister stood afar to see what would be done to him, and the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river. So imagine this, even though the king has announced that all the babies should die, God is going to use his daughter to have compassion on Moses. And then we know the story in verses 5 and 6. As her maidens were walking alongside the river, she saw the ark hidden, probably hidden in the same reeds as it was made. These reeds, grew 16 feet in height, and they grow in bushes. So this was an ideal place to hide a cradle made of the same material. So when these maidens heard the baby weep, they said, probably this is one of the Hebrews' children. And the daughter of Pharaoh had compassion on this baby. And we see that, Miriam, Moses' sister, was, looking from afar and comes to Pharaoh's daughter and asks, "Do you want somebody to take care of this woman?" Okay. And Pharaoh's daughter says, "Go." And the maid, called Miriam calls the mother of Moses to take care of the child. So here we see that, God is putting the pieces together, and in the end, Moses is united with his own mother. And this is what it takes, to follow the Lord, a courageous act. And by having a courageous act, this act caused Jochebed to get paid for even her services. So does doing the work of the Lord give a payment? Yes, it does. Sometimes it does. And in this case, Jochebed gets paid to take care of her own son. And here we see Moses, also for the first time, even though, a situation is going on hand, he's safe because now the daughter of Pharaoh has, told Jochebed, take care of this. So one courageous act for the Lord, done correctly, can, go a long way. This is one of the reasons why, Moses would be put in the palace, because his mother had a great vision for him, and, was in the word, and she acted in faith. So this is our devotion for today.